Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and today's video is going to be a video about the best PVM upgrades for under 100 million GP. And I also want to quickly mention that I have a Discord that's free to join with a lot of cool stuff that I'm working on to make it an even better and more fun place. So you can join for free with a link in the description. So yeah, I have done videos like this in the past talking about the best items for under 50 mil and the best PVM upgrades for under 10 mil. So if you're looking for something even cheaper than this video, make sure to check out those videos, which I'll link in the description and at the end of the video. But for this video, we're going to be looking at the 100 mil and below price point, and these items are going to be ones that can really drastically affect your damage and your PVM experience. So make sure to leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button, because we all know you have increased RuneScape 3 RNG when you subscribe, so click subscribe and watch the big boss drops pile in. Alright, so the first item we're going to be talking about is an absolute must-have and works for every single combat style, and that item is the Cinderbane Gloves. The Cinderbane Gloves are a hybrid power glove that has a passive effect that applies poison damage to its target, and this effect also stacks with weapon poison, Quorum incense sticks, and the Wyvern crossbow, which makes it extremely powerful. These are an all-around great upgrade and currently are going for about 71 million GP, and this upgrade is perfect for you no matter what style you're using. I use Cinderbane Gloves at every boss that can be poisoned, and as you can see here, there is a lot of bosses in the game that can be poisoned, and if a boss is poisonable, these are by far the best in slot gloves, and for 70 million GP, you'll be using these at so many different places. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about a newly released item that came out with Karapek, and that is the Scripture of Joss. Now, the Scripture of Joss is an Elder Godbook pocket slot item that currently costs around 50 million GP, and it only costs around 3 to 400k to use per hour. So it basically has a special effect that when activated creates a time rift, and for 10 seconds, all damage from the player's abilities while the time rift is active gets stored. Now, once the time rift closes, 20% of that damage is applied to the opponent in a single hit. This scripture, per the Wikipedia, is slotted to result in a DPM increase of about 6.5% to 8.9%, which makes it better than a normal scrimshaw. So for instance, a Superior scrimshaw is a 6.6 DPS increase, but this is a fraction of the cost. This is a great upgrade to get if you aren't at quite high enough bank value to afford something like the Grimoire, and it's gonna save you a ton of money as it's just really good and super cheap to use. I have a video focused all about reviewing the Scripture of Joss, and I'll make sure to link that in the description as well in case you want more information. Alright, so the next item that we're going to talk about is another new item. Well, actually, it's an ability, and that is the Greater Concentrated Blast ability. Now, this ability codex drops from Karapek, and it unlocks the Greater Concentrated Blast ability. This ability improves the total damage and total speed for Concentrated Blast, and it totals for a combined 72.6% to 290.7% ability damage for all 3 hits. Now, each beam from Concentrated Blast also will increase your next attack's chance to force a critical hit by 5% per strike up to 15%. Now, this ability is super powerful, and while not quite as good as Greater Ricochet, it is comparable to something like Greater Ricochet, but for magic. Of course, Greater Ricochet is extremely OP, but so is Greater Concentrated Blast. and you can pick up Greater Conch for 50 million GP, which is 30 times cheaper than Greater Ricochet, which is like 1.5 billion GP. I would highly encourage anyone who is maging and has dual wield weapons to get this ability as soon as possible. It's really just super amazing, and you really cannot get any better upgrade for mage for such a low price at 50 mil. It is absolutely just one of the best that you can get for that price. So next we're going to look at another pair of gloves, and these are the Nightmare Gauntlets. Now the Nightmare Gauntlets are tier 85 ranged power gloves, and basically what they do is they increase the player's hit chance by 25% when using the snipe ability, and they also allow the player to use snipe while moving. So these gloves basically make snipe really strong during your range rotation, and the added ability to move while using snipe at the same time will just really add to the flexibility of using something like ranged. These gloves are also tier 85 power gloves, which provide a really good range damage bonus of 13.5. And for around the same price as Cinderbane's at 74 million GP, you can pick up a pair of these gloves, and personally I use Nightmare Gauntlets everywhere that I'm raging that the boss is not poisonable. And then I use Cinderbane Gloves everywhere that a boss is poisonable. They're super good, and if range is one of your main styles, you should definitely look at picking these up. Alright, and lastly, we're going to be looking at the most expensive item on this list, coming in at around 98 to 100 million GP to make, and that is the Reavers Ring. Now the Reavers Ring is obtained by combining 10 Berserker rings with the Heart of the Berserker. Now this ring has a style bonus of 27.7 for each style, which makes it the all-around best hybrid ring for any style. But the most important part of the Reavers Ring is the Reckless Assault passive effect, which adds 5% critical strike chance, but reduces accuracy by 5%. Now, this is an amazing passive as it raises your critical strike chance, but it reduces your accuracy by 5%. This means the ring is best at bosses you have a high hit chance at, 105% or higher. So places like Raksha, Karapek, Elite Dungeon, this ring is absolutely the best in slot ring and extremely powerful. However, you would not want to bring this to a place like Telos, Virago, or Nex, places that you have such a low hit chance, because it will actually decrease your DPS. So I personally use this ring sort of like Cinderbane Gloves. So whenever I go to the boss that I have a high hit chance at, I'll always be using this ring, and it's extremely powerful. As of current prices, Berserker rings were buying for me for 9.8 mil each, which means this ring costs around 98 mil to buy and then becomes untradeable when you make it. However, it's definitely a worthwhile upgrade if you do any of the bosses I mentioned, and it's one that I have on a ton of different presets. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some items that you can upgrade for under 100 mil that can increase your DPS, increase your, PVM setups, and I really like doing these videos because, like I said, I have a 10 mil one and under 50 mil one, and you guys seem to really like them as well. So let me know if you liked it by leaving a like on the video, and again, subscribe for increased RNG in RuneScape 3. Come on, I've had many people tell me about their increased RNG after they subscribed. But yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for hitting 14,000 subs. That's really all you. My whole YouTube channel is all you guys, so I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.